So I have a question. Do you believe friendship in marriage is important, or do you think it's not that important? I've heard some people say, I'm not friends with my husband, and that's okay. He needs to do his job and I will do mine and we're good. And you hear some people say, I can't be in a marriage with someone I'm not friends with. So I don't know, I'm not sure, and that's why I'm asking. What do you think? Do you think friendship in marriage is important or not? Let's discuss this when we come back. So today, we are talking about friendship in marriage. You know how I love relationship discussion? I don't know any other thing apart from relationship. I love relationship discussions, honestly speaking. And when I came across this topic, I said, this is something that I really want to discuss. I really want to discuss if friendship in marriage is important or if it's not. Okay? Remember, there's no wrong or right answer here. We're just here to unlearn and discuss. But because I'm not a professional, I'm not a counselor, a marriage counselor, a relationship counselor, or expert. You know me now. I always look for people that will, hey, you guys know your girl. I always go and source for the best that will teach us, because me, I like learning. So today I have a special guest. This lady. Hey. Anyway, let's welcome Ginika.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm so happy you're
here. I'm happy
here.
To be here.
Honestly, I'm so happy. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And apologies. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I know. That's fine.
So guys, let me tell you a little bit about her. She's a certified marriage and relationship counselor. She's the founder of AIM for the Improvement of Marriages, right? And there's a little secret I want to share with her. I'm sure you don't know this. So the very first day I see your face, do you know the very first day I saw you?
Okay.
I was on Instagram.
Okay.
You might not know this, but I said I was going to share with you.
Okay.
So I was on Instagram and I saw that Lush Ebi, Obi's Kubana's wife, was online.
Okay.
Live, whatever.
Okay.
So I now clicked and I now saw that you were talking. You were saying something. I think you were live.
Yes. I had a conversation.
I said, who is this? Who is this lady spilling this thing? So I think I had a call and I logged off.
Okay.
So by the time I went back, he had already finished. And I just moved on. And I thought I maintained the name of whatever it is she said that your channel was. But when I wanted to now, because I said I was going to write you a DM.
Okay.
But when I wanted to do that, I forgot the name that I memorized.
Okay.
And I went to her page. I think that was maybe 2-3 months later.
Okay.
I went to her page. I couldn't see it. Maybe I didn't go down enough. I didn't have patience. So I shall moved on. But the day you were now commenting on Instagram, I'm like, I know this face, but I couldn't really picture. Maybe people you see around or whatever. And I think one day again, I was going to your page and I clicked on your bio or something. And I saw that you had another page. And I said, this is you! Honestly, that was after we met.
Yes.
I'm like, okay, no wahala. So we are going to do this and it's easier now because she knows me. Yes, now. Yeah. So thank you so much for coming. I'm so happy you're here.
My pleasure.
So please, let's dive into this because you're the expert. Me, I'm just learning.
Yes.
First of all, I'll just start with a question. Do you think friendship in marriage is important?
Yes.
Why?
You see, friendship is like a glue that holds couples together to go through that every day, that day-to-day events and activities. And when you're friends with your partner, you tend to handle a lot of things that happen in the relationship because things happen in the relationship.
Oh yeah, tell me about it.
Yes, and there's bound to be conflict. But you see, when you're dealing with conflict with your friend, it's easier because you know that, okay, you don't want to jeopardize the friendship with your partner. It's even just both of us, like, for instance, if we're friends and we have an issue with something, because I cherish you as a friend, I would handle that issue in a more, than as a guest. If I don't care about you, I'll be like, what the hell, I don't care about Uju's feelings. So friendship is like a glue, and it's a lot easier, and then it makes you have memories. It helps you build memories together because that's what you hold on to, what you have at the end when the kids leave you and all. So yes.
But some men, especially African men or Igbo brothers, actually tend to think that when I'm friends with my wife, she won't respect me again.
Yes. But you see, the thing is, men, and not just only Igbo men, respect is like one of their number one thing, So regardless of whether your friends with their wives or not, they hold that respect. And then a lot of women, we as women, some of us have issues.
Our mouth.
Yes. So we tend to let loose when we're friends with our partners and now tend to take things beyond, which is the fear of most men. But because you're friends with your partner doesn't mean that you should start to disrespect your partner. No. As long as you understand that there are boundaries in place, regardless of whether you're friends or not, then it shouldn't be fair.
Okay, so I think another question I want to ask is, what happens in the marriage when you think there is no friendship? Like, you talked about people not being able to manage conflicts better if they are not friends. Do you think that if it's only love that partners have, that they might not be able to manage conflicts because they are not friends?
So managing conflict, you can, and there's partners who are not friends, they're love, but I don't really think you can actually say you're in love with someone without no atom of friendship in it.
Yeah, I think so.
You know,
yeah.
I mean, because at what point? So, what is the basis of the love in quotes? Because the thing about love is a lot of people misquote that love or that explanation of what love is.
It's highly
misunderstood. Yes. So, but then in order to handle conflict, yes, you can handle conflict with love, but then handling conflict friendship is not really the basis of handling conflict. It's also conflict management. How you knowing that that there are expectations, there are boundaries, and understanding that everybody has a deal breaker. So these are the things in handling conflict, whether or not you're friends, but bottom line, I think that friendship is very important.
Okay, what is even friendship in marriage? What is that really?
So friendship in marriage is a state where couples respect each other. They're intentional about communicating. They are generous with their time with each other. There's no time I say, please, I'm always busy. You know that, I have time. You're supportive towards each other. You respect each other. You understand that both of you are equal. Or teammates, you cheer your partner when they're successful, you support them when they're failing. So that's what friendship is, just being intentional about everything, trusting them, respecting them. Yes.
And again, understanding importantly that what you need to be for your partner is a supporter, not someone that wants to change or somebody to mother them. Because that's another mistake that some women make. They feel that I'm supposed to change my husband, or some husbands feel I'm supposed to change my wife.
Yes, or it's not even to feel. Sometimes we know what we want. Then we meet a man and I say, what? Even if he cannot give me half of what I want, I'm hoping that when we get married, he will change, or I will change him into what I want. And that's a mistake. We should learn that and understand that we cannot change our partners. What you see
is what you
get. So if you know you cannot handle it in the beginning, they don't enter. But sometimes because we are pressured, or we believe that anyhow we would manage it, or he would change within time.
Okay, but how? Again, another question that came to mind now is, how do you then start friendship in marriage that didn't have friendship from the onset? Is it possible? Yes, we know it's harder, but is it possible?
It's possible. See, I think anything is possible if you're intentional about it. Everything is possible, and it has to be two-sided.
Yeah, I wanted to say that.
If you say, I'm going to work on my marriage, or I'm going to build this, and it's only coming from one side, it's not going to work. It's not going to work.
Please say that again, because sometimes people don't understand.
No, it's not going to work. I have couples that come for counseling, and you can see that one person is willing to do the work, and the other person has checked out, whether it's emotionally or physically, and there's nothing you can say or do because that person is gone. So it takes two to make the marriage work.
There's this popular video that I saw online about Michelle Obama. I don't know if you saw it, where she was saying that initially in her marriage, one person was giving more.
Yes.
That there was a time she was giving 70% and her husband was giving only 30. And if she had checked out then in the first 10 years of her marriage, she wouldn't have enjoyed what she's enjoying now.
That's true.
So that she's trying to encourage young couples to know that the first 5-10 years could be rocky.
Yes.
And one person might be giving more, but you shouldn't actually give up. So the point now is talking about this counseling thing you talked about. So what if you're the only person that wants to do the counseling and you're in your 50th year of marriage or something, and your husband is not willing or your wife is not willing? Does it then mean that you should give up on the quest for friendship? Or
no, it doesn't mean you should give up. I mean, if you really feel that there is hope, because sometimes a couple, a partner may not be fully present or participant, but you can still see that they want this relationship.
You don't know how to
but
go
they just
about
don't
it.
know how to. So if you're in that kind of situation, then don't give up, right? And then that Michelle Obama story that you said, the truth is, at every point in a relationship, one person has to give more. But and that is what compromise is. Partnering with, complementing each other. Both of you cannot bring in at the same time, whether it is finances or emotional, this thing. And it's always, women always tend to give more at the beginning of the marriage, because there's the childbearing, there's trying to figure out what you want in your career,
Building a home,
building
really.
a home,
which most times is a woman that does
yes.
that.
So, but that's what friendship comes in. When you start to compete, I'm doing this, my husband is not doing this, my wife is not doing this, why am I not doing? Then come on. But when you understand that, listen, we're in this together, we all have our roles to play, and there'll be times when I will have to do more, he will have to do more later, or later, that's.
But this thing you said is very profound, because the truth is, my best friend Uju is her name as well. I remember that there was a time in our relationship where I think from like a year or so, she never picked up her phone to call me.
Okay.
I was actually the person calling all the time, and I didn't even know. I didn't even think about it. I didn't even notice it, because I didn't feel shortchanged.
Okay.
Because she's my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. No wonder I said, wait, oh, do you know you've never even called me? But I didn't say it angrily or whatever. I just realized that I'm always the one doing the calling. And after I said that, I said to her, I'm not going to call you again. The next day I still called, and we moved on. Now tables have turned somehow. She calls me more. But the point is, because we have a strong friendship, nobody felt shortchanged at any time. Those times that I was the one calling more, I never felt, oh my God, why would she call me? What is she thinking? Who does she think she is? I never saw it like that. And now that I'm sure she's calling me more, I'm sure she wouldn't even think, what is she feeling like? Why am I the one doing the calling more? So yes, what you just said resonated with me, that when there's genuine, I think the word is also genuine friendship, because there are some friendship in marriage that are fake or not strong, right? But once the friendship is genuine, there are some things you wouldn't even care about, regardless of who is doing more.
And not just genuine, because you see, when you understand that the things that you're getting from that friendship, the values that you people share, they are common. You know that, okay, it's not about who is calling more. It's what positive things am I getting from this friendship? So you wouldn't put into focus on who is calling more or not, because you know that even if you're the one calling more, you know that you're getting something positive out of that friendship, out of that thing. So that even if that's the thing, when you know you're putting in more, you won't look at it, okay, I'm doing all the work for what? If you actually know that truly you're still gaining something from that friendship, then you wouldn't really focus on who is calling more or not. But when you notice that, like, I'm really not gaining anything from
depleting me, rather.
Yes. So then you just be like, yes. So that's it. But friendship is important.
Wow.
Yes.
Guys, you heard her. Friendship is important, especially in marriage. I think friendship is important in any relationship, right? Marriage or friendship or
in all relationships.
Relationship with your children, your in-laws, yourself, actually.
Yes.
Because a lot of us are not friends with ourselves. We don't even know ourselves. We can't even stand ourselves, but we want somebody else to love us.
Yes, that's true. Friendship is important. Yeah. And another thing is, when you're friends with your partner, it also helps you as an individual. Because then you'll be able to handle things outside your marriage, because you know that know-how, when I come back home, I have someone to rely on. So friendship helps with just you, with your outside work.
Hey, this thing you talked about, self, is it even good? Maybe this is another topic we'll tackle, but is it even good for couples to share their friends' secrets with their partners, all in the name of being friends?
I'm the wrong person to ask, because me and my husband are about people. But there are advantages and disadvantages, because the likelihood of your partner using those stories that you've told against you can happen is high.
Yeah.
So you have to know who your partner is, because it has happened to me. There was one time a friend of mine did something, and then I went and for food to my husband. Normal gist. My husband now went and for food to
another person
who actually knows this. So the thing came back, so I now come and said, it's not everything I tell you now.
That you tell her
outside. So I kind of like know when to, but as a gossiper, me and my husband, oh my goodness, and my friends know. So it all depends. You have to know who your partner is.
Okay, so in essence, anything I choose to tell you, I should know he knows already.
Yeah, but if you don't want me to know, just tell me, please. Don't.
Yeah,
That's what I would. I would.
Yeah.
Especially if I know that it will be, because if I know that it would harm my friendship with you, because if I tell my husband this is what Uju did, and I know that my husband would not like it and would want me to stop being friends with, then I wouldn't do that. Yes.
Me and my husband, maybe we are not friends.
Because maybe we're not gossip partners.
No, we're not gossip partners. First of all, he's very quiet, and he
okay.
doesn't even pay attention to your gist. So sometimes I try to gist, and he might be sleeping.
Okay.
And I'm like, what is this?
Like gist.
Yeah, no, my husband doesn't like gist. But okay, so maybe we need to nurture our friendship. Because I cannot say like that, my friend, we can gossip,
yeah.
and the bond is
yeah,
kind of thing.
yeah.
Anyway, maybe I need to learn. Maybe I need to be. Maybe I'll come for counseling. We'll come for counseling. Anyway, this was fun. Thank you so much for coming.
Welcome.
Guys, you've heard it. Friendship, or rather, friendship in marriage or friendship in relationship is very, very paramount. It's very important. Try to. Of course, we know there are some men that are really very, defensive about it. They don't really like it because they feel that most times when they open up and become friends with their wives, they might take it for granted and disrespect them. So women, this is us pleading that you should understand that being friends with your husband doesn't give you room to talk to him anyhow. Actually, friendship does not mean that you have the right to talk to anybody anyhow because the person is your friend. Rather, it means the opposite, that you should even be more sensitive to their feelings, right? Yeah. Although you guys talk and joke and all that. So yes, I think I've also learned something, and I think I would maybe grow more friendship with my husband. So we'll be doing tatafo. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it. So guys, remember, till next time, kindly hang in there for the very best business. Love you. Ciao, ciao.